Hi everyone, so today we are going to build a countdown timer in React. So for this, I already have like a pre-app app that is a typing speed app that I want to build a timer here. So when we click like get start, we can start to type, and when you start to type, I want to add here a timer that starts with 60 seconds, for example, and before the time reaches 0, you can type, and when it reaches 0, you stop the game. So this is why I want the countdown. So for this, we are going to create a countdown component. So to create the countdown component, we get some state from the parent. We want to do start time and set start time. This is going to be useState. It's going to be false. Here we just are adding some variables to update our other components with the state. So it's going to be useState. It's going to be also false. So that's here. So now come here and this say countdown timer.jsx, and here let's do here rfce, and let's import this here, which is going to be below the text generator. Countdown timer, and we have automatically imported from here. So if we close, that's it. You have here the countdown timer, but that countdown timer is empty. So before we start to actually create the component, let's pass some props. So the first prop that we want is the start time. It's going to be equal the start time. Again, we are just passing this state to the countdown timer. And the next one that you want, it's set. Let me see. Yes, you want the start time. We also want to pass the function set start time, and we also want to update the set finish state. Okay, now let's access this. Let's destructure this. It's going to be start time set start time and set finished. Yes, and the set finish. So let's come here. And here I want to return. So this is also going to be a conditional rendering, which is going to be if the start time it's false, or better, if the start time is true, I want this to be empty. If not, I will pass the class hidden. So it means if the start time is true, if the start time is false, we haven't started the timer, so we are going to add the class hidden. And again, the class hidden comes from the index.css or main CSS folder that we have this custom class with display none. Next, if we start the time, we want it to display, so we don't add this class. So this is what this is doing here. And just for the sake of purpose, I want this to be true for now. Next, let's add here a p class with time left it's going to be time left, which we haven't created yet. So for this, let's do const time left set time left equal. We're going to use the useState 60. So the time left is going to be in the seconds. So we are going to start with seconds, and the functionality that we want is after we click start, we are going to trigger a function or a useEffect. So for that to start decreasing by 1 each second that it passes. So, and we have here, this is our timer now. So let's do some styling because we need for this to be a little bit. And again, so for this, let's create CSS model. So it's going to be count down timer dot module dot css. Yeah, and that's going to add this class, and here we have to import styles from countdown timer dot models, and here, and yes, you want here in the paragraph class name is going to be styles dot, what was the name of it, time text. And yes, a little bit better. There is some styling that you have to do. Yes, but we are not worried about this. We want to go for the functionality now. For the functionality, we are going to use a useEffect to keep listening, not a use insertion. useEffect has to keep listening when there is a change in the dependencies that we are going to add. So the dependencies that we are going to add, it's going to be start time and time left. So each time one of these changes, we are going to re-render this component inside here. So for the beginning, you want the timer. So create like here a timer, and we use the set timeout function. So here it takes as an argument a callback, and what the set timeout does, it's going to run all the code here, but it's only run after a certain number of time, which is the delay. And the delay that we want, it's going to be 1000 milliseconds, which is 1 second. So what we want to do on this, so if the start time and the time left is equal to 0, is bigger to 0, here the start time, it means if this is true. So again, what's going to happen? We are going to click in a button, and we are going to put this state true. This is what's going to initialize our timer, but we want also this to run when the time left is greater than 0. So what you're going to do this is update the state. So here it's going to be the time left minus 1. So what we're doing here, so each second that's happening, we are triggering this function each second, and we start with 60 seconds, and if we start our time and if the time left is greater than 0, we are going to reduce our timer each second. So this is actually going to be the timer in our component. There is only one thing left, that we have to unmount the component, and to do this we do the clear It's going to be a clear timeout. Yes, this is the way to unmount the component in the useEffect to not have leaks in memory. And as you see, our component, it's working. Why it is working? Because this, as you remember, I put this as true. So if I put like this in false, it's not even appearing. But if I put this as true, our timer starts. And as you remember, why it's not appearing? Because of that class. So if this is false, we are going to hidden all the component that time left. And if start time is true, we don't apply the class hidden, and we start our timeout. To show this in action with a click, let's do this in the parent element, in the parent component. So it's going to be false. We come here and that button, when you click on start icon, we want that one click. We are going to trigger the set start timer equal to true. Okay. We save, and now if we click start typing, there is our beautiful countdown timer component here display. And now that you have like the logic here, you can use that logic with the start time for the other components to display, not display information, to update. We are going to use that for our next component.